No, wait a minute. I was born here.
I want back.
I was born here. No.
We didn't take this. Did you say I stole this land?
Look at how the brainwashed they are.
I was born here. I was born here.
I did not steal anything from no one.
I was born here. I am a Native American in the fullest sense.
Don't walk away.
No offense, but I'm more Native than you are, Suave. I was born here.
Just so you know,
Suave's an immigrant himself. He came legally.
Just so you know, the Europeans were one of the first people here.
That's right. You found that article for me. Caucasians were here. Some of the earliest settlers here, even before the Mayflower or the Vikings, they were Caucasian.
Exactly.
So I have more of a claim here if you want to play the race card than you do.
To say that we took this land. We didn't take this land.
That's right. Give up being brainwashed. Study and learn on your own. Yes, you are, because you're saying you stole this land. I didn't steal anything. Explain.
You are a disgusting human being.
Why?
What do you mean why? You want to get rid of innocent people who are just
no.
trying to make a dream?
If you broke into this country, you're not innocent.
It's trying.
Who's trying?
To make a living for myself. My people. I'm talking about my people.
What do you mean your people? We ended slavery 150 years ago.
Who ended slavery 150 years ago?
This country ended slavery 150 years ago. So you don't own people.
You're getting up against a teenage person right now.
Who?
It's
a public place.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to record. I'm allowed to ask questions. I'm allowed to understand what's going on.
Why are you
okay, so you're...
People? What's wrong with people who are in DACA who want to just be here and make a
okay, I'll tell you why. Because we're a nation of laws. And as a nation of laws, we have to ensure that every country's, including our own, our sovereignty is respected. It's been routinely dishonored. It's routinely stomped on. Enough's enough.
We don't need enough people like we don't need people like you here anymore.
We don't need people like you then if you're going to discriminate against us just because we care about the rule of law. We want to see our borders secure. An average of 25 American... I'm sorry, go ahead.
You don't own her. You don't own her. Let her talk. Let her talk, fool.
Okay. You can have your dreams in your home country.
If I live in Mexico illegally, what would Mexico do to me?
If I went to Honduras, if I went to China, if I went to Israel.
People find a way to make other people feel horrible.
I'm not here to make anybody feel anything, but go ahead.
You are making me feel horrible.
I don't have any control over your feelings. I have no control over your feelings.
Amazing. These people are the people of Santa Ana.
What about them?
The best people.
Okay.
In the United States.
Okay, why?
More hardworking. DACA people are more hardworking than.
No, they're not. 60% to 70% are taking food stamps or on welfare. Sorry.
I'm not gonna cry anymore because I am a strong Mexican American.
Okay. Are you here legally or illegally?
I'm here legally.
You're here. Okay, you're a citizen?
Yes,
then what's the
I'm
problem?
And I'm so happy to be a citizen because I.
Well, good. I'm happy to be a citizen as well. So we need to defend citizenship.
And they don't need you to make them struggle anymore.
How much? I didn't make anybody struggle. I was born here.
I was born here.
I'm not talking about you.
No, but you did earlier. You said you guys are all immigrants. You guys came and stole my.
And you said that. You said yes, you did. We've got you on camera, lady. You said I stole this land. Shame on you. That is bigoted. No, they did not. Are you discriminating against me because I'm white?
Do you know his ancestors? Do you know what they done?
You don't know my ancestors, so you cannot discriminate against me.
Why are you discriminating against all the Mexicans who work hard?
I don't have anything here that says Mexican on it. No, I do not. Look, there is nothing here that says Mexican. There's nothing here that says Mexico. I don't think you're telling me the truth. You are here illegally. And I'm not afraid. I have stood up to people who are here legally as well as illegally. And I've told them we are a nation of laws. We have a right and a necessity to ensure.
We're going to make sure because look, our country's changing. Los Angeles is not going to be the model for Las Vegas. I'm going to fight. I'm going to make sure that immigration levels are going to come down substantially.
Can I ask you a question really quick?
Yeah.
Your parents, were they born here?
No.
So how long did it take for them to become citizens?
A few years.
It takes a couple years. So is it fair that people who broke the law coming into this country, jumping ahead of line, that's not fair. Mexico doesn't permit it. Israel doesn't permit it. Right now, Israel is enforcing their laws.
You don't deserve the same rights. You don't deserve the same rights. You don't deserve first-in-line access to jobs and resources, period.
Some of them can't get resources. Documented immigrants can't get
whatever resource, public schooling.
That's not
anything.
true. Illegals are getting welfare.
Anything.
Yes, they are. In this state especially, where they're handing out Medi-Cal and Medicaid to illegals, Ricardo Lara has passed all that legislation. Yes, they are.
And their child who's...
And they are not paying taxes. You can talk to Chanel Temple.
That's a fact.
My friend Chanel, she is a tax preparer registered in 4 states. Illegals are cashing in, and they are getting, they're using the EIT number to get tax credits. Go ahead and record me. Absolutely.
No, he's taking a picture.
Go ahead. Well, there are more people of color in our team than people who are Anglo, who want our borders secure, who want Americans put first, who want to ensure the integrity of our borders. That isn't, they can't play the race card anymore. That guy's of Iranian descent, by the way. His parents coming from Iran to get here, it took them a few years. I'm fed up with it. We have a right that our immigration laws are enforced. We have a right to ensure that our country's sovereignty is respected. You don't agree with that?
The thing is, you have immigrants here that are working.
Doesn't matter. We're a nation of laws, not a nation of workers.
Yeah.
It's about the rule of law. That's why people come to this country. In Mexico, they don't have it. I mean, it's turning into a chaos. It's turning into a narco state where police don't even protect the cities. Police chiefs, they flee the cities.
They never have.
Yes, they have. There's a report of one lady, she...
I'm saying they never protect them. That's why people run. That's why people leave.
Okay, and the answer isn't to overwhelm and undermine the rule of law in this country. That isn't the answer. Israel is enforcing their immigration laws too. Every nation state. In Mexico, I can't break into that country. You know what happened if I do that? I go to jail, prison for 10 years.
Wait, break your points, but that don't give you the right to, like, generalize.
How am I generalizing? How am I generalizing?
The thing is, you're saying if you break into Mexico, there are a lot of people that go to Mexico and they're not
I was
citizens.
born here and I live in Mexico for...
You were born in this country?
Yeah,
Okay.
Chicago,
Okay, you were born
I
here.
live in Monterrey for 25 years.
Okay.
And I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
That shit is happening, but it's not because of the people. Man.
I didn't say it was. What I am saying, though, is every country has a right to ensure the integrity of its borders, the sovereignty of its borders, of its culture, to ensure the rule of law. That's why people come here, because the rule of law means something here. Because police officers cannot just arbitrarily pull you over and say, give me 20 bucks or I write you a ticket. A friend of mine, Salvador, he came here legally with a green card. He did it legally.
But these people, they're car workers, man. And
No, they're not. Not all of them. See, now you're generalizing.
But you know what? Hard work, but they're not moral. You could be a hard worker.
Look,
but if you're breaking the law
here, and I just got back because my wife got sick, and I got a good job over there, but
Okay.
the money wasn't good enough. Right? So I came back, and I'm getting treated like illegal, man.
I didn't treat you that way.
No, but no. I'm not
get-
saying that you are treating me.
Well, let me ask you.
Who's treating you like
Okay.
Somebody used my name when I was gone.
Really?
Yeah. and when I
Okay.
got back,
Again,
they
identity
pulled
theft,
me-
like what Kevin De Leon pushes.
They put me in jail for 1 month. Man.
That's terrible. You see,
I know,
this is another thing.
but I
You're
don't have
okay.
nothing against
So
it, man.
please clear this up for us. You are a citizen, are you not? You were born here, right? So there's nothing to worry about. We don't have a beef with people who are here legally.
You know who I get treated like
It
an
is-
illegal alien? You know who treats me like
you
an
said,
illegal alien?
No, there's issues. There's issues
They
in
call me a
Mexico.
wet
I
bag
can
and
agree
a
with you
beaner.
that Mexican
Oh,
government,
yeah, for
they
real.
don't treat Central Americans fair either, and that's something that's wrong. I don't know if you've seen.
Okay. Well, whether people are treated fairly. All right. Thanks for talking.
And they get abused too
And
as
sharing
well.
your
The thing is,
concerns.
Okay.
you have, and maybe we can agree on the fact that you have bad governments. That's the situation
Yeah.
in Mexico. It's a horrible government. When people are dying and they're getting murdered, some people stay and fight, and they die. Other people run, and that's what happens.
Okay.
But when they run, I understand your side, your way of thinking. It's you're breaking the law. You're coming here illegally. You're breaking the law.
Right.
But in their situation, or in the situation of documented immigrants, sometimes it's survival. It's like, I'm not trying to be a criminal. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm just trying to survive.
I understand that too.
Okay.
Trust me.
So,
Okay, we get that, but
you know,
but the bottom line is that
I understand that, you know, and then there's also from both sides of both governments. When you have I think when it was NAFTA, you started getting like all these companies, American companies, going down to Mexico.
Yeah.
So that affected American workers.
Yes, it did,
But
and
it
thank
also-
God for Trump,
you know,
who's fixing that.
But
Hold
you
on,
know what?
he's-
Hold on.
I'm just letting
But
you
it
say.
also affected people down in Mexico.
Mhm.
The poor families, people that got water from the rivers, that got polluted because they don't enforce environmental, you know, and so
sucks.
American companies took advantage of that, and they started polluting, and a lot of people died and got sick, especially on the border states.
So you would probably, well, let me step in here, because this isn't dealing with the sovereignty issue, although I agree with NAFTA. NAFTA needs to be scrapped. A lot of those car companies are coming back. Chrysler is taking one of their plants and they're bringing it back to Michigan. Why? Because we have a business climate now that is pro-America. That doesn't mean it's protectionist necessarily. And that's the way it should be. And the same thing should be true for Mexico. You know where most of the guns come from in Mexico? You could probably guess. Yes, they do. Yeah. Build the wall for the sake of the Mexican people.
See, this is the thing. A lot of the drugs here come from Mexico. A lot of the guns in Mexico come from the U.S.
They do.
It's an issue. And I think we can agree on that.
So let's build the wall.
The thing is also, but Trump is also saying he's willing to give DACA or give like
he did say
pathway
that.
Would you agree with that?
No, I wouldn't actually, because he brought it up as a point of discussion, but that doesn't mean that he's going to go through with it. In fact, you see right now, Democrats have essentially tied up, and they're going to shut the government down because they want to put the needs of illegals ahead of our military, the needs of illegals ahead of our federal government, our national security, and that's wrong.
The situation, you're talking about the government shutdown,
yes.
Right? But the situation is, in the case of undocumented immigrants, this problem, this case has been brought up several times in the past years for amnesty or for some form of immigration reform. Okay. It's been brought up to the government.
Okay.
Right? And every time that gets brought up, it's always the same thing, like, just wait. We have other things to deal with. Just wait. Just wait. We'll take care of that.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you.
That's the thing that it always happens.
2006, 2007, more Democrats voted against an immigration package,
that's the thing.
And then Republicans are now rejecting it, especially in the House, because the House is the more popular chamber.
But that's the thing. It's not in this situation for documented immigrants. It's not just side automatically with the Democrat. It's saying who's really gonna like look out for these people.
Okay, I get what you're coming from, but the fact is, our government is here for American citizens. They're not here for illegals. Their concern is
people that qualify for DACA. They see themselves as Americans.
Doesn't matter. You're not an American because you feel that way. You're an American based on illegal.
I'm not a female because I feel like it. I'm not a female because I'm a male. I understand your point though, and those are very great points, to be honest with you, and thank you for having a discussion with us. And you understand this as well. But at the end of the day, to be honest with you, the bottom line is that they're here, undocumented, illegal, they have no rights, and this is what they're doing right here. No.
It's fine. It's legal. It's a legal protest.
But they shouldn't even be here. Yeah, but they
I can't do this in Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what bothers me, bro?
That's what people come here, because they can't do it in Mexico either.
Okay, but that's not our problem.
Me, brother, this is what bothers me. Is every DACA protest that we went to, we won't see not one American flag. If it was me, if I was me, bro, I would have a sign that said, I was brought here by my parents at 2 years old. I love this country, and I would have an American flag. I'm not demanding anything. I'm asking for mercy. I love this country. I love this country.
I've seen it.
Check it out. And at the meetings, I ask the little kids, hey, are you an American? No, I'm Mexican. Because they don't teach their kids, man, to love this country, bro. That's the thing that bothers me. Not from Mexico, bro.
No, but see, there's another thing to that also. Like, when people tell you, a lot of people will identify like, well, I'm Mexican. But the thing is, they'll say that also because everywhere you go, you're not seen as American for the same reason, that you're not considered American.
That's not true.
In some areas, it's true. In some areas that you go to,
I'm 50 years old. I haven't experienced that. I'm a Latino, I run my business.
Deportation!
I run my customers are white, Asian. I don't see
Look,
that.
the thing is, we agree that about NAFTA and the issues of NAFTA. Now, if you bring in morality, it's kind of like, okay, we want to fix immigration issues, we want to fix the problems that are going on and everything. Like, why can that get fixed, and at the same time, the people that are already working here to start fresh?
Okay.
And give a comprehensive immigration reform.
This is my answer. Many of the DACA are not working here. Many of them are on welfare. Many of them are on government benefits. Up to 50%, this is some of the studies that have shown, they've gotten these DACA status illegally. They have defrauded the government. And the bottom line is that DACA program was unconstitutional. It should have never been initiated. This was an executive overreach. And this is a problem that Obama created, and the Democratic Party standing by this. By the way, if you're talking about illegal immigration package, Obama and the Democratic Party, they had a supermajority in the U.S. Senate and a strong majority in the House for 2 years during Obama's administration, and they did nothing on immigration.
That's why a lot of people don't identify as Democrat or Republican. It's just independent because it's really hard to trust a politician.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's really difficult to trust a politician.
So,
same thing.
But you know what? Another thing that bothers me, brother, is a rally that I went to. This is what they say: I'm here to stay. You're not going to deport me. We're going to take over. This is going to be Mexico.
Yeah, like that young lady. I need to tell you right now.
Tell me you haven't heard that.
I've heard that in the past. I've heard that. Look, I've heard that in the past.
We heard it just now.
The thing is, like, it doesn't make sense.
It's a good idea you've got your light on.
People running away from Mexico. Why would they want this to be Mexico?
Yes, they do. They're turning it into Mexico. And I got to ask, let me step in really quick. 10 minutes ago, this young lady said to me, "You stole this land." No, I did not. That's not acceptable. It's not okay. It cannot be dismissed. It cannot be poo-pooed as naivete. They're being taught this. I have sat in classes where adults who are professors in American universities say this is Aztlan and it should be Mexico. I'm done.
Here's the thing.
Enough's enough.
My ancestors, the Persian Empire, conquered Greeks. Should I pay fines to every Greek American right now because of what my ancestors did 5,000 years ago? Yeah, no, but that's the similar logic.
Why is it the
you see, what you're trying to do is, I don't know if you are, but you want